and welcome to Potterfiles number episode 6, the grand finale of Potterfiles season 1. I'm Jackson, and I'm joined by my handsome co-host Kaya as we explore the depths of, what would you call it, debauchery, fucking stupidity, idiocracy. That is...
All of it. All of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. That is To Catch a Predator, Predators.
The depths of sliminess.
If you've been joining us for 6 episodes, you probably know what the deal is. We go back and have a look at To Catch a Predator, which was a NBC show that premiered 20 years ago now. And there were a bunch of predators caught there by Chris Hansen. You've probably heard of it before. And we go through their chat logs, we read them out loud, we find out just how slimy these individuals are, and we laugh at how stupid they are as well. And it feels good because there was no actual children victimized directly. So
can you hear me? I disconnected on accident.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can hear you.
Okay.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It's fine. I was still doing the intro.
All right.
You'd think after 7 years of podcasting we'd be a bit better at this, but here we are. What do they say?
Little mistakes happen.
Isn't it like you're an expert at something if you do something for 100 hours? Or is it 1,000 hours?
I think it's like 10,000. I'm not sure.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so we're not close yet. We'll get there. Few more years, few more decades maybe of podcasting.
We must have recorded for like 1,000.
Yeah, at least 1,000, but not close to 10,000. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got like 3 more decades worth of podcasting in me. We'll see.
3 more decades. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Why not?
to get to 10,000.
But then again, streamers stream like 16 hours a day, and look how much they suck at their jobs. They can't even
True.
not show their dicks.
Yeah. There's some good streamers though. There's like 1 or 2.
Hypothetically, so I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, but their issue is that they don't show their dicks. There's a perfect middle ground between showing your dicks and not showing your dicks. And I don't think we found the equilibrium yet. All right, this week, for this finale, we're looking at the final predator in the Bethpage investigation, which was the very first investigation in To Catch a Predator history. And this one, this investigation was the one which there were no cops involved, so there were no prosecutions involved. Up until this point, this unlucky son of a bitch was the only one prosecuted and convicted out of these individuals in this Bethpage.
Oh, did they have the cops on scene for this guy?
No, they didn't. We'll get into
just after the
what
fact,
happened.
okay.
Yeah, we'll get into what happened after the fact, but we're going to start off with the chat log. First we're going to start off with the perpetrator. His name was Ryan Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a picture there. He was a New York firefighter, 24 years old, going by the I am Ryan 4686, which was pretty boring.
Giving firefighter is a bad name.
Yeah, a really
They're like
bad name.
the one demographic that's universally beloved.
Yeah, like people, especially New York firefighters. This was right off the heels of fucking 9/11 as well. This was like 2 years after 9/11.
Yeah, maybe all the hero worship got to his head.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So his picture that he would send to the, what do you call them? The victims, what do they call? What
Decoy?
Decoy, yeah. That he would send to the decoy, like him in front of American flags and stuff, and he's like firefighter outfit, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's his professional mugshot or something. He's like in an official office. He's using photos that he uses for his job and sending it to people. That's like if you were a pedophile today and sent the child your LinkedIn page. That's actually crazy. Just how dumb these people are.
Oh no, it gets worse. Like he fully exposes himself on webcam, like jerks off on the webcam while he's wearing his fucking like firefighter base like t-shirt.
Was he trying to be like a firefighter stripper for a child?
No, you know how like each firehouse or whatever has their own like individual badge,
Yeah.
Logo or whatever. He like put that prominently on display. So
brilliant.
He's fucking stupid. All right, so you can be the predator this week. I don't think I quite nailed it last week, and I think you're better at it. Plus, you have the charisma of a firefighter, so I think you should hit that. And I'll take on the role of the decoy, who is in this case Cute Ashley for you 1990.
I have no idea what the charisma of a firefighter means, but I assume that's a compliment.
Well, in this case, not so much, but in general, yes, firefighters are still beloved, I would say, and I think you exude that more than I do.
Yeah, I'm so beloved. Basically a Care Bear. Okay. Oh, by the way, the sliminess is 4.41.
Which is low. So there is a lot of firefighter worship going on in the sliminess rating as well. I think reading through it, I think he was up there. I think he should have been higher. 4.4 doesn't really speak to him, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Damn.
Maybe there were a lot of firefighters that showed up for him.
Yeah, it almost has 6,000 votes on this too.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, so he was 24 at the time that this happened, so he would be like 45 now, I think.
Yep.
Roughly.
Age of decoy was 14.
Yeah, so this is a 24-year-old who was trying to hit on a 14-year-old.
A bit more than hit on. Yeah. It goes pretty quick in this. Exceeds hitting on and becomes sexting almost immediately.
As always.
Yep. Do you want to give a brief description of him for audio listeners as well? He's a mugshot style.
I mean, he looks like a very generic dude, actually. He doesn't look like a pedophile that you would expect. He just looks like a man in office. He has a crew cut hair and... Yeah, just a firefighter.
Does he look a bit older than 24 to you?
Yeah, maybe a little. He looks kind of chunky.
Yeah, but again, like, pretty generic looking white dude.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the obvious pedophiles like in some of the other episodes. Let's just say he looks like someone who could easily get a woman his own age, but he just doesn't want to.
For sure. Like, he's not unattractive by any means.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start it off. So this was at 7 p.m. I skipped over the, introductions or whatever, where they say the generic shit, like where they're from, all that. But you can start.
Okay. Oh, by the way, his username is Ryan4686. Knowing how dumb these people are, that's probably like his phone pin code or something, or his bank pin.
His social security number, the start of the end of his bank pin.
The last 4 letters on his fucking credit card. Okay. He goes, love your pic, very attractive. And then we have a little editor's note from the Perverted Justice crew saying, I used one of the youngest looking pictures I ever have. She could easily pass for 12. So this is a
visibly 12-year-old looking girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's immediately complimenting the picture, saying she's extremely attractive.
Before anybody thinks that's creepy. Also, I think on the show they say that the photos they do use are photos of the Perverted Justice crew themselves from they just take their own childhood photos and use those, I think. So fully consensual. I'm like not sure. She says they said that in one episode.
I'll do a bit of investigation and get back to you next episode on that. But the little editor's note there says she could easily pass for 12.
No, I know, but I mean, I assume they're just talking about maybe one of their co-workers. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. All right. Cute Ashley for you replies immediately saying, thanks, I'm on the right, in pink.
Very cute. How old?
14. You?
24. Bit older. I need to settle on a voice. What voice should this guy have?
Firefighter. Big, gruff, strong.
24.
Sounds like he's constantly fighting fire. Yeah,
bit older.
Cool. Yeah. Like screaming because of all he's got hearing damage from like all the fire trauma, shit like that. That's cool.
Not exactly sure you're looking for the same thing I am.
And then there's an editor's note.
Says, well, I'm quite sure we aren't looking for the same thing, but fortunately, instead of finding a real child to victimize, you found me. In parentheses. Yeah,
there's a bit of the Perverted Justice hero complex shining through, but
yeah.
You know what? That's fine. Ashley goes on to say, lol, well, what are you looking for?
Good-looking girl to have fun with. What are you looking for?
Fun, lol.
What kind, though?
Any kind. What kind you thinking, silly?
Sex.
Like the most, just the most direct avenue possible.
Yeah, he really
I want to fuck you in your fuckhole.
Yeah, they never bother again to just be even flirty or like butter a girl up.
Or subtle, anything. Yeah. It's just sex.
Men
That's what I
since
want.
time immemorial at least had to, learn the art of pretending like you're interested in her. Yeah, having game. No, not with these guys, which is probably why they can't even get women their own age.
Well, do you think it's like a strategy? Like they just want to find the easiest target possible, just someone that's gonna directly say yes immediately, because otherwise they're wasting their time.
Oh, it's a matter of efficiency, but it only backfires. I mean, nobody wants to deal with this.
Yeah, the only people that are gonna say yes that quickly to sex, police officers and decoys.
Yeah,
So
literally.
it's not the most efficient
And
strategy.
other perverts.
Yeah, true. I wonder just how many like of these guys just end up together, just like role playing with each other accidentally.
Oh, a lot of them for sure. There's even that meme where like two super greasy fat men are each sitting on their computers and it's like, ooh, I'm going to punish you so bad, my little Discord kitten. And the other one goes, ooh, thank you,
Yeah.
daddy, show it to me. But like both are men, just LARPing as little girls on the internet. I'm sure Discord is still full of those types of people.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, so Ryan continues on. This is about 7 minutes later.
Do you like oral?
Yeah, lol.
I love it. Love going down on a woman.
I never had that. I have just gone down on them.
You're missing out then. You need a guy to go down on you. Editor adds, I'm 14, remember?
Yeah, just in case you forget, this is a child. Lol, yeah.
Spit or swallow?
The age-old question. It's like the zodiacs, the star signs of the pedophiles. Are you a spitter or a swallower? Lol, I've done both.
What do you like?
I like to swallow, lol.
Very nice. All caps. Ever think about anal? Here we go again.
Oh my god.
God.
What is it with that?
Yeah, this girl who looks 12, we've been told. Yeah, have you ever had a man fist you? What about getting peed on? You ever let a guy shit in your mouth? Like, no, probably not, dude.
Yeah. Porn addiction really must have been a thing even in the early 2000s.
Oh, for sure. These guys just wind themselves up and they think all the women are like this. Just like, you know how the guys who are just super duper into hentai think if they so much as lay a finger on a woman, she's going to coom hard and do the ehego face? And then in real life, it's actually like, I didn't come. What are you doing?
Yeah.
They're so addicted to porn. God damn. Okay, your turn.
Lol, I haven't done it. Does it hurt?
At first, but then I think you would like it. Editor's note. Man, this bitch is really verbose here with her notes. He thinks a 14-year-old would like anal sex. Unreal.
I usually remove the editor's notes, but I left them in here because I thought we'd trial it out and see, get an insider,
Get
note.
inside their heads. See the behind the scenes. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny how we're like reading the exchange between a pedophile and someone catching the pedophile, and we're getting mad at the person doing the catching. But just don't be zany. I just don't really. I really don't like zany people.
Yeah, or the one. It's kind of like when you have an argument with someone and then you're really passive in the argument, and then afterwards you're in the shower and you think you have cool comebacks that sound really edgy to say. It's kind of like that.
You're lying awake.
Like, it's
at
like
night,
you're just.
Oh, damn it! I should have said that. I would have totally.
I wish I said that. It's kind of like that in these little editor notes. Like you're just talking to yourself at this point.
Yeah, and the audience.
I mean, I get it.
Like
I get it.
They're doing the Jon Stewart routine of mugging the camera and just doing a funny face like womp womp.
Yeah, but we should really put this in perspective. At least I never tried to fuck kids, so
yes, yeah, okay.
Let's focus on the predator here.
I think it's your turn.
Wait, I just want to hit on that. He says at first it hurts, but then I think you would like it. Like, has he been fucked in the ass? Is he speaking from like a place of like knowing it firsthand, or is this just a shitty way of trying to convince a kid to take it in the butt?
Oh no, she's just trying to convince her, which is already so fucking
so
silly. Like, even if you found a way to fuck a kid, that's like, she's not gonna be as jaded to like, oh, our bedroom life is dying. Ryan,
Yeah,
I think we should try
to spice it up.
Yeah, I went on r/dead bedrooms and they said we need to try anal and explore what we like in the
Yeah, it'd be the most jaded 13-year-old ever, like wearing sunglasses and smoking. And just,
lighting a cigarette, like, you're gonna fuck me in the cunt. Oh, you're so boring.
Fuck me in my shithole, you pussy.
Yeah,
a real
call your
man.
friends. Let's have a gangbang. I'm so tired of this vanilla missionary sex. Okay.
All right, and then about 35 minutes after, so they go on to talk
No,
about
hang
just
on.
generic sex
You
stuff.
forgot your last line. After he says, "I think you would like it," she just says, "Lol, okay."
Yeah, lol, K.
You can almost feel like the decoy getting a little frustrated.
Yeah.
yeah.
They always have to get frustrated. It's like they never
yeah.
put any like effort into the sexting part of it, which I appreciate, because it's just like these guys are getting horny at a brick wall, and it's still enough for them.
I would appreciate it though if they kind of like baited them into revealing more about themselves and how just the goofy shit. Like she could have gone.
They do.
Just like you asked, well, no, but have you ever done anal? That would have been funny. I want to know if he ever stuck something up his ass. Maybe he would have gotten offended, which is even better.
I have seen them do stuff like that in the past. I think it's a risk though, because they don't want to upset the dude enough where they like leave.
Yeah, you're
maybe.
Right. Also, I guess it wouldn't look good in a court setting when the pedophile could argue that you were sexting them back and you were into it.
Your Honor, she tried to ask me if I had ever put anything in my ass, and as we all know under the statute of 16.5, that means consent. I was allowed to continue sexting at that point.
It always works better. You're right. I mean, it always just works better when Chris Hansen says she wasn't even like replying to those sexting messages and you kept harassing her, and they have no defense. Yeah. Okay, like
well,
I
it
said,
just makes them look extremely pathetic as well, like even more pathetic than they usually would.
That's true. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. now, almost 40 minutes later. Actually, you're too young. Sorry. And then we have a really long editor's note. She goes, yes, I wasn't happy with Ryan for the conversation he had with a minor up to this point, but it appeared that he was going to do the right thing. I pushed him a little, but when it appeared that he was really going to leave me alone, I stopped talking to him. So
he has that classic Predator, moment of conflict, internal conflict, the moment where he's like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I've just been talking about fucking the kid's ass. I gotta skedaddle. So cute Ashley replies saying, why?
As tempting as it is, it's wrong. Sorry.
Why?
He must have taken those 40 minutes to like jerk off and have the post-nut clarity.
Yeah, it's always that. It's as soon as the fucking balls are empty, all like rational thinking comes back, and then you're like, fuck, what have I done? Usually not in an extreme case as this, but that is absolutely what happened. So she continues on to say, why? You're hot.
Thanks. So are you, but I'm 10 years older.
You. Why would you say so are you in this situation? If you're trying to like separate.
This hot 13-year-old.
Yeah, yuck. That's cool. I like older guys, especially when they're hot, lol.
I'm sure, but I'm too old for you. It's wrong and illegal.
And then editor's note says, you're so right, Ryan. And then Ashley says, whatever, it's not like anyone would know.
They really are trying to hook this guy, actually. What the fuck happened to... He was about to do the right thing, but then I left him alone. Okay, so she says nobody would know. He goes, I would. Sorry.
Yeah, and then it ends, and she doesn't reply to that. The editor goes on to say that she instead messages other people or whatever. She focuses on other people and just ignores him. But then 5 minutes later, unprompted,
he comes
Ryan
back
returns.
crawling.
Yep, he comes back with roses in his hands. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yes, after she ghosted his message and left him more. I swear to God, like pedophiles and these children are like celebrities on Twitter. They leave for like 5 minutes and then come back crawling. And he says,
so his refractory period must have only been like 10 minutes long. His balls refilled, and then the power of pedophilia overtook him once more.
Where would we go?
And then the editor's note says, damn, he was free and clear as far as we were concerned, and then he has to send me a message like that. And then Ashley replies, I'm here, just bummed.
I mean, where would we meet?
Here, silly, I have the house to myself until Thursday.
Jesus. And you want to fuck each other's brains out?
Okay, so extreme immediately. Like, so that all happened in the span of 60 seconds. He was gone, then he came back, and it's and you want to fuck each other's brain out, if you say yes, then I'm all for it.
This is like, even I as a man, if someone sent me a message like that, just a cold open email, I would feel like I'm about to get raped.
Yeah. He's very specific with how he describes fucking. It gets kind of comical later on.
Well, what's comical is that there is precisely 6 minutes between it's wrong and illegal, sorry, to want to fuck each other's brains out.
I know, it's so fucking zany. Like, sure, maybe like sit on it for the night and come back tomorrow and say it, but this is literally 6 minutes after. It shows where his brain's at. It's just constantly firing in all different directions, but sadly the part that controls the fucking each other's brain out won in this situation.
Yeah, the lizard brain won.
Yeah. Cute Ashley says, this is about 7 minutes later again. Cute Ashley goes, so, when you coming, lol?
Well, I have to go and buy condoms, lol. At least he knows that he could knock her up.
Classic Ryan.
Yeah. He has safe sex with children.
Well, let's just hold on to that for a bit. The editor's note says, there is nothing funny about it, Ryan. And then Ashley says, that's cool.
Haven't worn them in a while.
So, like, what time will you get here, lol?
9:15.
And then the editor tests him here a little bit. Cute Ashley says, well, if you pull out, that's cool too.
If I don't have to buy them, I can get there sooner.
So that's all it took to convince him that he might not need condoms.
And then the editor says, oh, heaven forbid that Ryan might be delayed in getting to molest me.
He's on a time limit. He's gonna get there quick. It's like a video game, one of those crazy taxi levels. He's gonna get there as quick as possible before the timer runs out.
This is so fucking stupid. What 13-year-old knows about pulling out, Ryan?
Well, yeah, the ones that like getting fucked in the ass and shit like that, I guess.
Yeah, just pull out and blow your load on my face. Okay, now it's again 20 minutes later. You look like a tiny girl.
Actually, yeah, like 5'4", 110.
Don't want to hurt you.
Lol.
I'm serious.
You won't. Lol.
I am 8. Shit.
He means I am 8 inches. So he's saying he's a big guy. He's got a big wiener that's capable of some damage.
Okay, sorry. He threw in some symbols there that didn't make sense. He technically said he's 8 divided inches. She question marks him and he goes, definitely not going to be able to make it tonight. Sorry.
Why?
Have to go to a wake tonight for a city fireman that died the other day.
Well, did he just find out about it?
Yeah. What the
fuck? Oh shit! Sorry, can't come over to molest you. Forgot I had a fucking funeral on.
Shit, I forgot Devin just died in those towers that collapsed. Whoops.
I don't think he'd approve of me molesting children either. So we're just gonna have to wait till tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Editor says he's upset that he can't come over and molest the little girl because he has to attend a wake for one of his brother firefighters. This is sad and wrong on so many levels.
Yeah,
all right.
That's a man who's got his priorities out of whack.
This is, I assume, the next day. It's in the afternoon.
Yep.
Okay, he says, very nice. Out of town till when?
Ashley says Thursday, so they're discussing
parents.
when they can finally meet up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Going to school any of those days?
Nope. Lol.
Cool. Maybe I could stop by in the morning on my way home from work and pound you.
You fucking turned into the Hulk. Ryan, pound.
Oh my god.
Like just a quick 5-minute pounding before you go to school.
But quickie molestation. A molesty.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll be real quick. Alright, so Ryan continues about 30 minutes later.
I'll come over and we can fuck each other's brains out. Did he just fucking copy and paste his text from last night?
I know. Just keep ready. Ashley says, "Wow, cool." if you ever are sexting someone and they reply, "Wow, cool," just uninstall and block them. Just skedaddle. That's not going anywhere. If you get hit with a "Wow, cool," just stop with sex.
And she spells it like "cool," like how Cartman says it.
K-E-W-L. Yeah. I'll get up at like 8:30 and be ready for the. So she's making like a plan. She'll set a time for you, Ryan. She'll be up at 8:30 and she'll be ready for the pounding.
Ryan, another red flag. No teenage girl wants to get up at 8:30 just to get
Fuck that.
pounded.
No
by
one does. I wouldn't.
It's law enforcement that gets up that early. Okay, great. Gonna let me play with your ass?
Lol, yeah.
Gonna let me pound it?
Well, don't hurt me, lol.
I won't.
Lol, I know.
Where do you want me to come?
I trust you. Not inside me, lol.
If not there, then where?
Where will the man come? Ashley, you gotta tell him. I wanted to say, like, come in this vase or something. Something completely random. I want you to come in this Ziploc bag with law enforcement seal over it.
Can you come in this test tube? I also need a blood sample.
If you could give me some hair, that'd be great too.
Could you push your fingers on this ink pad and then on this paper, please? And look straight into the camera. Oh, sorry.
Ashley says, if not there, then where? Ashley then replies, anywhere less, lol. I don't know what that means.
Anywhere
else. Oh,
else.
anywhere else, lol.
Face?
14, Ryan. She's 14. And he's like straight onto that. I want to come blast your face, bitch. I guess that's like, we've already been talking about ass pounding, so anything is fair in there.
He's gonna pound her butt and then pull out and come on your face, just like a porn star.
Yep, she's just a little object, a little piece of meat for Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley replies saying, sure, that's cool.
I have to go take care of business, if you know what I mean. Have ideas for me to think about while doing it?
So he's creatively bankrupt. He needs to source ideas for his jerk-off sessions from a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, and he has to announce it to her, too, very proudly. He got way too turned on by her just passively saying, yeah, you can come on my face.
Yeah, and that's cool. So dumb. Ashley replies saying, I don't know, what else is there, lol?
You should know a little. Tell me. And then editor says, I hate when the wannabes want the child to describe sexual acts so they can get off on it. Which is, why the fuck? This is not a sex bot. She's not a pay-by-the-minute phone sex hooker. She doesn't know anything. What the fuck? You're the one molesting her and grooming her. Aren't you the one supposed to be doing all the decision-making here?
No, Ryan wants to lay back and let it all happen to him. He wants.
Yeah, really? Does he just want to starfish on the fucking bed and like, tell me what you would do to me? Are you gonna peg me? Like, no.
I don't know. I think this is just the like he wants something more than wow, cool. Like that's.
Yeah, but he also wants like he's getting mad that this child doesn't know anything about anal sex or how to like turn a man on. Okay, your turn.
Yeah. Well, what else besides oral and sex is there? You talked about anal, but I don't know.
Okay. Now he's getting passive aggressive and like frustrated with her that she's not sexting.
I'm afraid it would hurt.
We don't have to then. Are you shaved? What a gentleman.
Jesus. Yeah.
So chivalrous.
Yeah, get rid of the fucking hair on your pussy. I don't want to see a single hair follicle. You better be shaved.
If you don't want me to pound your butthole, we don't have to, I guess.
Yeah. I'm doing you a favor. You're lucky. You're this kind and generous. But as payment, you got to get rid of all the hair. You got to be shaved. Them's the rules.
Okay, it's now 10 p.m. Same day, I assume. And he messages her saying, "Ready to get pounded tomorrow morning?"
God damn, dude. He's got the greatest entries ever. He's like the Kool-Aid man.
I know.
Ashley replies, "Hey, lol, yeah. So what time you gonna be here?"
Around 9:30, remember? What are you up to?
Just chatting with my girlfriend. Nothing much, really.
What is she up to? Now, okay, I know these people enough now that I know exactly what he's thinking.
Directly where he's going.
Yes.
He's like more children to victimize.
Yes. Can she join? Have you guys ever had a threesome? Have you guys scissored like lesbian porn stars? And the answer is always going to be no, but he's still going to ask. Also, he wants to go there in the morning after his night shift, remember? So he's going to be coming to her home after a night of putting out fires, all fucking sweaty and disgusting, and he's going to peel off his fireman suit.
He gets a hero's welcome.
Yeah. As firemen have been promised, child pussy for your service.
I believe that's in the New York firefighters contracts.
As exchange for
It was a
being so
different time,
noble.
Kaya.
Mm-hmm.
It was post 9/11. They needed to reward the firefighters.
Okay, let's continue. I'm seeing where this is going.
Where were you up to? Okay, so she says she's at home and we're just gossiping about school and our friends. Lol. Wouldn't you be, if you were a pedophile in this situation? Would you be worried that this kid is potentially like saying, "Hey, there's a guy named Ryan and he's trying to fuck me. He's 24.
Yes, you cannot
He's a
trust
firefighter."
kids with secrets.
trust
They
them.
can't do that. No, it's the dumbest thing. First of all, they
And
shouldn't
you wanna
even
bring
have
another one
secrets.
into it?
First of all, the fact that she has a secret
Yeah,
is a red flag to
absolutely.
parents too. Even when the pedophiles get like cutesy with it and they think they're being clever by teaching the kids like the wrong terms for what they're doing, like. Don't tell your parents what we did, okay? If they ask, just say that we painted with crayons today. And but eventually that kid is gonna say, "Hey, my uncle stuck his crayon in my mouth today, mommy." Like eventually the dam will break, and it will come out. You can't fucking trust kids to keep their traps shut. Okay, sorry. He goes, okay. Did you tell her that you're talking to a new guy who's going to pound you?
No way, lol.
Oh, okay. What's her screen name? I want to look up her profile. Why haven't you told her?
Oh, I meant chatting on the phone. Her parents don't let her chat online.
I wonder why. I mean, it's so safe. Oh, okay. Tell her to cut school tomorrow and come over.
Huh? Why?
I'll pound both of you, lol. This is what too much lolicon does to your brain. This guy thinks he's gonna have a threesome with kids.
Yeah, just bring the entire class over.
Yeah.
Just everyone come, I'll teach you all.
Yeah, just go to your local kindergarten, Ryan. Just wait in the bushes until the teacher goes to the bathroom. Then you can have a whole harem of toddlers. Fucking weirdos.
How the fuck do you how do you write this? See, this is why I think it should be more than a 4.4.
I know, yeah, you're right.
Ryan.
Okay, yeah, 10 minutes later. So many things I want to do to you.
Ashley. Yeah? Like what? Why do you even have to ask? You said it like a million times by this point.
Yeah, but it always helps to, yes, go into more detail about your crime, please. He goes, yeah, lick your pussy and ass, let you suck me.
Lick my ass? I never had anyone do that before.
You'll like it.
Okay. It sounds nasty, lol.
It's not.
That's enough convincing. That's all I need. Okay, lol. I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, and then I'm going to fuck your brains out.
I love the like it's a fucking... He forgot.
Yeah.
Luckily, he put that mic drop in there.
His mind was on dirty child buttholes.
Yeah, and then 3 minutes later...
Not sure where I want to come, though.
Why is it such a big deal where you fucking come? I don't get it.
He wants her to talk to him pornographically.
Ashley says, yeah, what are you thinking?
On your face or tits or down your throat or maybe on your ass.
Oh, okay. Whatever is fine, just as long as it's not in me, lol.
Okay, it won't be.
Cool, lol.
Which one of those would you prefer?
Oh, that's nice. He's trying to get like he wants to do what she wants. He's a gentleman. She says, I don't know. I've only had guys come on my belly before. Whatever you want to do is okay.
What would you like to try?
It doesn't matter. I'm just so excited and I don't care, lol.
Pick one.
I don't know, but the least messy would be on my back or butt, I guess, lol. I have to call my mum right now. I'll be back in like 10-15 minutes.
Okay, maybe I could come on your tits.
Yeah, so just disregards what she wanted and said. Instead, just what Ryan wants.
Yeah. And 20 minutes later-ish, he goes, can't wait to fuck you, Ashley. Depends on how busy it is.
I think that's about work. Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm so excited.
I bet you're nice and tight.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I'll stretch you out a bit. Classy.
Gross. All right, so then there's a note from the person who's compiling all this, who says he's come over to the sting operation now. He's been given the time. He heads over, and then they say, "Now, wouldn't you know it? The whole time we've been at the bust house, we haven't seen a single cop. But now a Nassau County Sheriff's patrol car is parked right next door to the bust house. Ryan sees the cop and thinks it's a setup and calls Harvey, one of the decoys, and tries to play it off like he has come to his senses. In Harvey's own words, he drives by the... Is it Del Harvey?
I don't know.
Okay. He drives by the house and gets spooked. He calls me while I'm standing outside and hangs up. I call him back. He recants utterly, saying, "This is wrong. I can't do this. It's immoral and illegal. I had a momentary lapse of judgment, and this should have never happened." Was that fucking compiled by his lawyer? Did he come prepared with like a fucking Twitter explanation? I ask him why he's doing this to me and what's wrong. He doesn't really answer, says that he has to go. I waited about an hour and instant message him.
The fact that he still
actually
acts like he
says-
gives a shit that it's immoral. Also, I looked it up.
Yeah,
It
like
is-
you
it is
just saw
Del Harvey.
Yeah. Okay. You just saw a cop car and then you got freaked out. It's not that you had a momentary lapse of well, you had an extremely long momentary lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
Like it's not a moment. You just have a lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
I wait about an hour and I am him, and then Cute Ashley. This is that. Cute Ashley, show me your cam. Ryan's status message changed to view my camera.
Okay, and then
Oh wait, sorry. There was a bit more conversation before that, just like
yeah, I assume so.
talking about what happened and buttering him back up so that he's more comfortable with her. And so he does come back. He does start messaging her again and believes her that the cop car was unrelated, which it was, but also like,
that also still
now she's
really
gotta
fucking
convince him.
stupid. And this is also after the phone call with Del Harvey, in which they, I assume, headed back and forth, and he still thinks this is a real child.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says, "Turn your camera on." He goes, "Sure, you want to see?
Yeah.
I'm half naked.
Cool, lol. Don't tease.
Can you see?"
Oh yeah. When the feed so this is an explanation from the editor. When the feed started, I saw Ryan naked from the waist down, stroking his penis. Later, he leaned in and gave me and a half dozen other people standing around watching a nice clear shot of the emblem for Engine 237 that was silk screened on his sweatshirt. Those screen grabs will be available in the follower.
Did you like?
Yeah, they liked Ryan. They really liked it.
They loved it, yes. Can you hold up your driver's license for me? Turns me on so much, makes me so fucking wet.
Okay, so that's the final correspondence we have with Ryan. After that, they do set up a time. Harvey had several conversations with Ryan after it, leading up to him coming to the Sting house. But apparently, on the way there, he got into a car accident. It was delayed longer.
He was probably speeding.
Yeah. So called him at 5:30. Folks were there fixing his car. Called him at 5:45. Folks were still fixing his car. Called him at 6. He was heading back over and was supposed to call when he was on my street. He called me at 6:15 and hung up. I called him back and he explained that he had gotten into a fender bender and had to wait for the police. I called him at 6:30 and left a message telling him if he wouldn't be there by 7 to not bother showing up and that we'd reschedule. I called him at 6:45 and left a message telling him that we would reschedule and not to come. The reason Harvey told him that we needed to reschedule was because we had to vacate the bust house that evening. And then yesterday, March 16th, 2004, Ryan was confronted while leaving the station for FDNY, Engine Company 237 in Brooklyn. He admitted to coming over to the bust house on Wednesday morning. He also tried to feed those that confronted him a whole list of lies that they were able to easily refute due to the overwhelming evidence to the contrary. We know almost everything there is to know about Ryan. Harvey will be starting Ryan's follow-up thread, and it will contain all the pertinent information. Yeah. So that's the chat log. Obviously, the people that they're referencing there that showed up on the at the station to interview Ryan were, in fact, Chris Hansen, and that's where we're going to get into the interview now. So
beautiful. It also says that, according to the district attorneys, he fucking used his fire department laptop at work to talk to this child, which is super smart.
Yeah, I was going to get into the arrest and stuff after, but yeah. So when he was arrested, in a complaint filed in federal district court in Brooklyn, prosecutors charged that the firefighter Ryan P. Hogan, 24, had used a fire department computer at his firehouse, Engine Company 237 in Bushwick, Brooklyn, for some of his communications. So not only was he using one of their like provided computers or whatever to do this, he was doing it on the fucking base. He was at work, victimizing this child
in his little fire engine.
This clip is basically just the start of his segment on the To Catch a Predator episode, so I'm just going to play it.
After spending hours engaged in an obscene chat, sometimes from the firehouse, he makes a plan to come over to have sex with our 14-year-old. But as he drives by the house, he phones. He's having second thoughts and cancels, telling our decoy she's too young.
He went back to saying there was immoral and illegal and everything else.
But the real reason may have been something else entirely. He goes home, gets back online, and says he saw this, a police car coincidentally parked next door to our house. But even that doesn't stop him. He gets comfortable again, turns on his webcam, exposes himself, and masturbates, all while wearing his New York City Firefighter sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's obscene. It's obscene.
And then, unbelievably, he says he's going to come by the house again. He never makes it, so we go looking for him.
So they actually, in that video, I highly recommend using our resources down below in the description to go watch this little clip, this video on YouTube, because it shows him jerking off, censored of course, into the webcam with his fucking little sweatshirt.
With his legs up. And then, yeah, he almost intentionally leans towards the camera to show his badge there with the number on it.
Yeah, puts it directly in prominent view. Also, he's like, it's so yucky, like the lighting is bad.
Well, he's also in the middle of his office, I think, in that one.
Yeah, he was. Well, it's a fire station. They might have like dedicated bunk rooms or something.
What a fucking idiot.
So the next clip is the when Chris Hansen interviews him. So let's have a listen to that.
Hey, Ryan. Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story about adults in chat rooms on the internet.
At first, firefighter Ryan says he thought the girl was 19. Then he decides to come clean.
The reality is this. You had a conversation with somebody who said they were 14 years old. It was a very explicit sexual conversation. You got in your car and you drove by the house where she said she was home alone with no parents.
Right.
That's all true, right?
Yes. But did I stop? No. Did I, in the end, make the right decision as what not to do? Yes, I did.
You said that you had every intent of showing up at this house, except that you saw a marked police car parked next door.
I had driven, before I saw the marked police car, I made the decision not to stop. I really did.
So I like...
It ends in the fucking cam again.
Yeah, there's like a split-second camera shot of the webcam. I like how he says, what does he say? Like, I ended up making the right decision and not stopping. But then he went home and showed his dick on the webcam and continued chatting with that. Where does the right decision? What was the right decision there, Ryan?
I also like how he did not have the instinct that all of his co-pedophiles have in completely denying everything. He immediately just goes, yes.
Straight up front. Yes, I did that. But I made the right decision. I didn't stop Chris. I did not pull over.
God, really, no shame at all.
Yeah, seriously. All right, this is the final clip, and it is of kind of like a little Chris Hansen explanation or conversation about the webcam element, like the call that took place afterwards. Ready? After 1, 3, 2, 1.
But what about his lewd performance on the webcam in front of someone he thought was 14?
And then afterwards, you turned on the webcam and transmitted this picture.
That was not supposed to be transmitted.
Of yourself exposing yourself.
That was not transmitted. For the record, I was talking to another person at the time. I did not intend for her to see that.
You didn't intend for her to see this?
No, sir, I did not. Somebody else was viewing that at the time.
But if you look at the firefighter's chat log, he asks our decoy first if she sees the picture and then if she liked it.
Is this appropriate behavior for a New York City firefighter?
No, sir, it is not.
For any adult to have this kind of conversation with somebody who says they're a 14-year-old girl home alone?
No, sir,
Here comes the inspirational
then what are you
speech.
doing, Ryan?
I made a mistake at the time. I made the judgment call to correct that mistake.
Is there anything else you want to say about this?
Yeah, I think people got to use their heads. People should know better. I made a mistake.
The firefighter was arrested and charged with using the internet to attempt to solicit a minor for sex and attempting to transmit obscene matter to a person under the age of 16. Hogan has pled not guilty.
So what's funny there to me is that his that little speech at the end. He's like, "Oh, people should know better. People should do X or Y or whatever." You're the one that's getting in trouble, right? It's not other people in this situation. It's you.
I also like him pleading not guilty after admitting to it on camera already.
Yeah, on camera. Yeah, he's
on the record. For the record, yes, I did it. Not guilty.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting an account of not guilty. All right, so we've already gone over the arrest. He was arrested, and then the complaint was filed in the federal district court in Brooklyn. And he was actually also convicted. So in addition to 5 years probation, which was the punishment that he received, which is extremely lenient in my opinion, but that's what it is, Hogan must continue psychological treatment that he began following his May 2005 plea. Moreover, he must submit to random polygraph examinations, and he must participate in a computer internet monitoring program in which he is subject to random inspection of software maintained on his computer. This, of course, was almost 20 years ago, so who knows if those are still in effect. Probably not. And the only other things that I could find about him after the show is that he's now married. In 2018 he married someone.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So he's now a family man.
Do you think she knows?
Yeah, he's got a conviction. She has to know. Everyone in his family knew. So after the show, this is a little note here that I found on an article. Faced with 2 felonies, his family sought the help of pro-pedophile groups before he decided to plead guilty to the exposure charge in May 2005. Who are the pro-pedophile groups?
Pro-pedophile? What the fuck? Oh, I mean, there's
Maybe
plenty
like
of those
Nambla?
today. Yeah.
He was sentenced in federal court to 5 years probation and lifetime registration as a sex offender. In 2018, he married a pervert named... I'm not going to name them just in case they're not a pervert. I haven't done the research, so I don't know if they are actually some kind of similar pervert or whatnot. But she has to know. She has to know. He's got a lifetime registration as a sex offender, and his family obviously knows. So I don't know how you would be able to keep that from a potential wife.
Well, the website, it's thenot.com, which a lot of couples use
That's
for
their
like
wedding
their
page.
to have their easy invitations and whatever you call it when people send you gifts. It says 2030, 2,470 days to go. Is that just
So
for jokes?
when this site was up in 2018, it actually had a date. It might just be a website thing where since the data's come and gone, maybe it's updated to like a random time in the future.
Maybe. A room block has been arranged at Danforth's for the night of the event. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's hard to know.
Eric and Nicole, gluten pine.
I also found, so people said that there were when I was reading the forum post about this, I did read that there were pictures on this website that's linked of the couple together, but it's all been removed and I can't find it now. So,
well, if it's been removed, there's got to be a reason.
The site has been updated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
There's no way she doesn't know. At the very least, what you have to do is like type in your potential spouse's name plus the cities they've lived in, just to make sure they're not a fucking lunatic.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And there's, I don't know, his full name is on it. His history. He's got a conviction. He's a lifetime sex offender, so he's got actual ramifications. Like he's probably not allowed to live in a school area or whatever. So.
Oh yeah,
like
you're right.
It's got to come up.
He couldn't fucking keep this a secret, even if he wanted. Like, how are you going to explain to your spouse that you're just, that perfect house that you found on Zillow? It's too close to a school. No, I don't want to live there. No reason. Do it. Yeah.
How do you get married in that situation? Like, you really have to go through the dating pool to find someone that would accept that. Surely, like first date, like airing all the laundry out. You got to do it on the first date, I assume, because otherwise you're leading them on for very traumatic experience down the line when you finally do tell them.
Well, I mean,
So it has to be on the first date, right? You got to
I
be
bet
like,
he wouldn't have
yeah.
issues with leading them on, but also, yeah, maybe he's doing the whole, everybody loves a sinner redeemed. Maybe he's doing the whole, and then I found Jesus and I repented from my ways and I'm super straight and cool now.
Yeah, he's sworn off anal.
I bet he hasn't. That's crazy.
Alrighty. So that was Ryan Hogan, and that's the finale of season 1 of Potter Files. We'll be back with the next investigation at some point in the future. That's the next episode of To Catch a Predator. This was all 6 of these predators were from the Bethpage investigation in New York. The next one is when police actually get involved, so we get more convictions now.
I miss the cops.
Fantastic, because then we can we can watch them get tackled, and we can also watch some of their interviews and stuff like that with police investigators after the fact.
The
So it should get very
tasing.
entertaining.
Yes, there will be.
But other than that, thank you very much for joining us for Potter Files. We appreciate you guys listening and hanging out with us and joking around and goofing off.
And having fun at other people's expense. Give us your sliminess
Pedophile's
rating.
expense. Oh yeah, he was definitely 4.4. More than 4.4.
I think so too. He got snubbed.
Yeah, I'd put him at like 4.7, 4.8.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the worst of the people that we've seen so far, but I mean, he's pretty fucking slimy.
Yeah, he got robbed.
It's like an Oscar snub. Alrighty, thanks guys. We'll see you next time for Pedophiles. Share it around. Share it with some friends who hate pedophiles as well.
Share the wealth and the fun.
Yep.
And
All right,
we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.